Hi friends and fellow flute enthusiasts. Today we're talking about flute collections. Now I have over 100 flutes in my collection. I've been playing and collecting Native American flutes since 2002, and that's also, morphed into other world flutes and other instruments, unique and odd and unusual. You just start to have a knack for these things. So today's conversation is not a popular conversation, but it's a responsible conversation. It's the conversation around what happens to your flute collection after you're gone. And this is no one's favorite conversation. My wife and I have been talking about this in different facets of our life with, passwords and accounts and assets and things like that, and really to prepare our loved ones well and write it out and document these things so they're better prepared and they don't have to stress over what to do. And this, these Native American flutes or instruments in general, our family doesn't have an idea of what they're worth, where they came from, any of that. So we need to capture that, we need to document it. And I'm starting, it's a little overwhelming where I'm starting with over 100 flutes. I have friends who have over 400 flutes in their collection, so I imagine doing something like this could be a little overwhelming. But if you're just starting your flute journey, or you've been in this for a little while, you have a few flutes, I strongly encourage you, no matter where you are in your flute journey, is to document. I was visiting with a friend of mine in Des Moines, Jeannie Lyle. Hi Jeannie, and Mark. And she has this binder of her flute collection. Now, here's the important thing is, this is great to, have documentation for your family after you're gone, but it's also a good reminder of what you have. We can look at our flutes on the shelf here on the rack, but then what if we want to sell or trade one of our flutes and we can't remember what the wood is, how much we bought it for, what its value is, any of that. And so Jeannie Lyle really inspired me to put together these free downloads. So I've designed 4 covers. I just came up with 4 that I thought would be kind of fitting. And all the sheets are the same, just the design is a little bit different. The most important part is the sheets. The covers are fun, and I've got my blue binder, and this is one of the designs that I came up with for the cover, where you can just slip it in the front of a presentation binder. But what's really important is what's on the inside. So what's on the inside is a place for a photo. You can print it out, because just because we talk about and we list out the information of our flutes here, our family doesn't know what a mahogany is versus a cedar or a maple or anything like that. They don't know what designs are, what flute makers are. So if we have a photo of that exact flute, that's really going to help them out quite a bit. I don't have photos of mine yet. I am working on this. Like I said, it's a work in progress for me. I'm doing it a little bit at a time. So all the information that you want to capture is down here. Flute maker, key, tuning, main wood, accent wood, or inlay. The markings on the flute. A lot of flute makers have a symbol or a marking or some sort of code that they use for what year they made a flute in. That'll all help with this. The date you purchased it, how much you purchased it for, and other notes or things about this particular flute. I really love the sheet protector idea. You can back it up, double-side it, which is what I'm doing here. But you can also, in between, in one of these, you can put receipts, or you can put notes or other things, other attachments that you want to keep with your flute, important paperwork. So this would be something that you could pass off to a family member after you're gone. But the most important thing is to have this, but also in your will or any kind of legal documentation, is to spell out what you want done with your flute collection. This is a piece of the puzzle. The other piece is where you want your flutes to go. If that's to a family member or another person in your community or in your life, or if you want them donated to a nonprofit, just specifically what you'd like done with your flutes. This is going to save a lot of headache for your loved ones. So again, not a very popular topic, but it is a very responsible thing for you to do. and I hope this has been helpful. You'll find links in the description below where you can access these to download for free. I want to see you making this stride in your flute collection and along your flute journey. I've been giving this chore to do for all of my one-on-one flute students, and they're happy that they have a place that they can just see all their flutes. So I hope this has been helpful. Again, you'll find links in the description below for access to these resources and some other things that'll help you along your flute journey. I'm very excited for you. I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks so much.